It was pouring rain when a rescuer saw a disabled stray dog struggling just to survive. The rescuer wanted to help, but the dog was terrified. It kept trying to flee, but it couldn't go very fast. The dog had lost the use of its two back legs and was dragging its lower body on the cold, wet ground. After a few moments, the dog either ran out of strength or was in too much pain because it just stopped trying to get away. It just laid there, defeated. It looked up at the rescuer with a strange calmness, a look that showed how much terrible suffering it had been through. The rescuer gently covered the dog with a towel and whispered, "I just hope you can survive." A friend came over with an umbrella and some hot dogs to help. The rescuer held the umbrella over the dog while opening the food, but the poor animal was still extremely cautious. It was hungry, but its fear was stronger. It would only eat the pieces of food that were placed on the ground. It was too scared to take anything from the rescuer's hand. Its eyes changed from dazed to wary, and then to a look that showed it had just given up. It showed no struggle, as if it were just surrendering to this new stranger. Once they got the dog home, its deep hunger finally took over and became stronger than its fear. It forgot to be scared and just focused on eating. When the rescuer started to dry its wet, dirty body, the dog didn't panic. It just kept eating. Even though the dog was calm, the rescuer decided to gently muzzle it while using the blow dryer, just in case the loud noise scared it. As the dog's fur dried, the rescuer could see its wounds, and they knew this was more than they could handle. This dog needed AVET, the animal clinic. The dog just lay quietly on the exam table. Its gaze seemed to soften, as if it understood it was finally being helped. The vet gave them the sad news. X-rays showed that the dog's spine was broken, which was why it couldn't use its legs. From dragging its body, it had created two large, open wounds on its back end. The vet treated the wounds and then recommended they take the dog home and care for it themselves, warning that if the wounds got infected, the situation could get much worse. Back at home, the rescuer got to work. To stop the dog's wounds from rubbing on the floor, they carefully wrapped its back legs in soft, clean cloth. When they offered the dog good food, like eggs and chicken breast, they saw a little glimmer of hope in its eyes for the very first time. After the dog finished eating, its new caregiver had to treat its wounds, which were already slightly infected. They carefully followed the vet's instructions, step by step. Even though the injuries looked painful, the dog didn't seem to notice. Maybe it was numb, or maybe it was just trying its best not to scare the person who was helping it. While cleaning the dog, the rescuer found an old, tight rope tied around its neck, a horrible reminder of its past life. They carefully cut the rope off, as if they were cutting away all the bad things that had happened before. The rescuer gently stroked the dog's head and said, "From now on, you're part of our family." To help the wounds heal, they placed the dog in a special raised cage to keep it clean. It was hot, so they put a mosquito net over the cage to protect the dog's wounds from flies and mosquitoes. Half a month passed, and the little guy was recovering well. He still had that very calm, quiet expression, as if he wasn't interested in much, except for food, of course. He always got excited about food. His rescuer noted that even when they had to treat his painful wounds, he never once barked or snapped. He just quietly let them help. They took him for a follow-up visit, and the vet said he was doing very well. When they got home, the rescuer did something amazing. They made a wheelchair for the dog to help it learn to walk again. After 34 days of this amazing care, the dog had almost fully recovered. His wounds were nearly healed. And then, for the first time, a real smile finally appeared on his face. He is now working hard to get used to his new wheelchair and is learning to walk in a new way. His rescuer is thrilled to see him wanting to live again. Watching him recover day by day has brought them so much joy. They hope he can finally feel all the love and warmth in his new family. And they wish that more stray animals could find their own safe homes and no longer have to wander.